How to clarify instructions without pretending you understand. Sometimes someone explains a task, and you understand some of it, but not enough to feel fully confident. That does not mean you are careless or slow. It often means the task will only become clearer once you start working through it. Many people pretend they understand instructions because they are afraid of looking inexperienced. They nod, say yes, and then leave the conversation feeling confused. The problem is that pretending to understand can create more stress later. You may waste time guessing, complete the wrong thing, or delay asking questions until the mistake becomes bigger. Clarifying is not weakness. It is how people avoid expensive misunderstandings. Why instructions are not always clear immediately. Some tasks sound simple when someone explains them, but become more complicated once you actually start doing them. The person explaining may skip steps because they know the task too well. You may understand the general idea, but not the exact expectation. The task may have hidden details that only appear once you begin. You may need to see the document, system, or example before the question becomes clear. The first explanation may be too fast, too vague, or too full of assumptions. That is why it is often more useful to make a start, test your understanding, and then ask better questions after you can see where the confusion actually is. Understanding often becomes clearer while doing the task, not only while listening to the explanation. Why I'll try it first, then check can work better. Asking every possible question before starting can sometimes make the conversation more confusing. You may not know what to ask yet because you have not seen the real problem. A more practical approach is to make a small start, then check whether your understanding is correct. You can show what you understood instead of only describing it. The other person can spot misunderstandings quickly. Your questions become more specific. You avoid wasting hours going in the wrong direction. The final task is more likely to match what was expected. Simple phrases to clarify without sounding lost. I think I understand the general idea. I'll make the start and send the first version over to check I'm on the right track. Thanks for explaining. I may understand it better once I try the first part. I'll try this first, then I'll come back with more specific questions if anything is unclear. I don't want to guess the wrong thing, so I'll send over the first attempt for a quick check. I understand the aim, but I'd like to confirm the details once I've started. I'll do an initial version first, then check with you before I finalize it. Less helpful approach. Pretending you understand when you do not. Saying yes too quickly because you feel embarrassed. Waiting until the whole task is finished before checking. Guessing the missing details instead of asking. This can feel easier in the moment, but it usually creates more pressure later. A simple clarification structure. You do not need a long explanation. A clear structure is enough. Step 1. Confirm the aim of the task. Step 2. Say what you think you need to do first. Step 3. Make a small first attempt. Step 4. Send it for a quick check. Step 5. Ask more specific questions after feedback. Step 6. Send the final version for confirmation if needed. Examples you can use at work. Example 1. You understand the task but not the details. Situation. Your manager explains a task quickly but some parts are still unclear. Less effective. Okay, I understand. Better. I think I understand the main idea. I'll make a start and send the first part over so you can check if I'm on the right track. Why this works. It shows you are willing to take action. It avoids pretending everything is completely clear. It creates a natural checkpoint before mistakes become bigger. Example 2. You need to try it before knowing what to ask. Situation. Someone explains a process, but you cannot tell where your questions are yet. Less effective. Can you explain it again from the beginning? Better. Thanks for explaining. I probably won't know exactly what I need to ask until I try the first part. I'll start with that and come back with clearer questions. Why this works. It sounds honest but professional. It explains why you may need another check later. It makes the follow-up feel expected, not annoying. Example 3. You want to avoid doing the wrong thing. Situation. The task has several possible interpretations. Less effective. I'll just do what I think. Better. Before I complete the whole thing, I'll send a quick draft so we can check whether I've understood the direction correctly. Why this works. It prevents wasted work. It invites correction early. It shows responsibility instead of uncertainty. Example 4. You need a final check. Situation. You have completed most of the task, but want confirmation before sending it on. Less effective. Is this okay? Better. I've updated the task based on what we discussed. Could you do a final check before I send it over? Why this works. It clearly explains what stage the task is at. It asks for a specific final check. It sounds organized and professional. Example in a real conversation. Manager, can you update this spreadsheet and make sure the client figures are added properly? Less effective response. Yes, sure. Better response. Yes, I'll make a start. I think I understand the general direction, but I'll send you the first updated section before I continue, just to check I'm adding the figures in the right way. This response does not make you sound incapable. It makes you sound careful, practical, and organized. How to ask again without apologizing too much. You do not need to apologize repeatedly for needing clarification. A simple, respectful sentence is enough. I've tried the first part, and I have one question about the next step. I can see where I was unsure now. Could you confirm whether you meant X or Y? After trying it, I think the unclear part is this section. I've done the first version. Could you check whether this matches what you wanted? I think I've found the part I need to clarify. Good clarification is not asking random questions forever. It is checking at the right moments so the task moves in the correct direction. How spekero can help. You can use spekero to practice asking for clarification in a calm, confident tone. Try recording phrases like, I'll make a start and send the first version over to check I'm on the right track. Then listen back. Notice whether you sound clear, nervous, apologetic, or confident. You may also find how to respond to colleagues who talk down to you useful if you want to protect your confidence in difficult workplace conversations. Final thought. You do not need to pretend you understand everything instantly. In real work, understanding often grows through trying, checking, adjusting, and confirming. Asking for clarification at the right time is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you care about getting the task right.